Hello and welcome to a new video, and as you know me, to a new trip. Vanessa, my friend, who's inside that car, got a new test car, the Tesla Model S Plaid from, I guess, 2024. I'm not sure about the build date, but it's probably pretty new. And yeah, we're gonna take it on a trip all the way, not all the way, halfway through Germany to Hilden, to the seat and greet we all know and love, this charging hub, to meet up with some friends. And I think Tesla today makes some test drives with the Model 3 Performance there. So maybe we're gonna get a look at that as well. Maybe that's in a different video, we're gonna see about that. But yeah, we're gonna take this beast with its 1020 horsepower to Hilden and back and see how it does and have a look at consumption and stuff. So yeah, let's jump in and get another friend. Let's pick up Mike, and then we're gonna travel up towards Cologne, a bit above Cologne, to Hilden, to the seat and greet. Alright, we're in the Model S. I made myself cozy here on the driver's seat. Let's quickly reset trip B and call it Hilden trip, so we know what that is, and reset it. Awesome. I set up all the mirrors and the seat and the steering wheel and everything. I enabled autopilot, everything you need to do when you get in the car. Set up a new profile and don't have access with your Tesla account. And because this is a press vehicle and I'm not the one who's got it lent out to, I don't have access, of course. So Vanessa does have access, but I don't. So I need to put in my custom driver profile. Yeah, looking good, I would say. Let's, yeah, we're in Plaid mode, so that's looking good. So yeah, let's head out towards our friend Mike, pick him up, and go towards Hilden. We are now almost at our friend's house, and the trailer in front of us has broken brake lights. We do have broken auto wipers because I set them to auto and they went crazy, so I'm gonna do it manually. We're down to 74% state of charge from 80ish, so almost no juice used for the 25-ish kilometers to Mike, so that's all good. We're gonna be at his house in maybe 3-4 minutes. Gonna pick him up, and then we're gonna see what our charge planning says, because we do want to use the superchargers, of course, but let's see if maybe the Tesla route planning isn't that good, and we want to optimize it for V3 chargers with this car, because with this car we really can use the extra abilities of the V3, going up to 250 kilowatts instead of just 150 at V2, which doesn't make that much difference with my car, which is a 2021 Model 3 LFP, compared to this Model S Plaid with its 100 kilowatt hour battery. So yeah, let's see that we optimize this trip as good as we can to get to Hilden as fast as possible, because we want to be there at around 10, and now it's just 6:51 a.m. so only about 3 hours, and it's about 350-ish kilometers, so quite some distance to go. So yeah, we gotta hurry to get there, to be there more or less in time for when the Model 3 Performance test drive event starts. Alright, we are good to go. Let's put in Hilden as our destination, or better yet, let's put in the seat and greet, if it finds it. Here it is. Let's see what the car says where we should charge. Limburg, that's a nice supercharger. We've been there before. I'm not sure if we've been there in the video, but I've done a charge guide there, so that's that. Limburg is nice. There's also Fastnet right next to it. I would say that's a pretty good plan. let's see if we can make it there with 21%. We're at 74 right now. So, and that's 172 kilometers to go. So it should be doable. Yeah, we should be there at 8:41. And I think maybe we're gonna swap maybe before, maybe there. We're gonna see, so that we can all drive this beautiful car here. But yeah, let me just get my GoPro mounted up so we can have some nice driving impressions, and then we head out. Meanwhile, we are on the highway in the construction zone, of course, and our estimated state of charge on arrival went up to 28%. We gotta work on that. That doesn't work like that. We don't want to arrive with 30% there, but the construction site ends, and I think the derestricted zone should start in just about 500 meters or so. So let's get over to the left lane, right behind the Quicksilver Model Y, looking good.
Good, it's pretty fucked up.
It's dirty as heck, but
The side has been wrecked.
oh well, didn't see that. I was concentrating on the street. So yeah, well, 120 limit there, so no rip in it yet, but we're gonna get to it. It's not too far until it's derestricted. We just felt that we are kind of hungry, so we are navigating to Supercharger Bensheim because that's right next to a Burger King, which is perfect for breakfast, of course. And we don't need to charge, we're at 54%, but if we can charge and we can push our next charging stop further ahead, then we can save some time by doing so. You know the drill, ABC, always be charging while you're stopped anyway, so yeah, we won't get good speeds, I guess, because we didn't precondition. We're only preconditioning for like 3 kilometers, maybe 3 minutes, so not too good, but better than not charging at all, I would say. So we're just gonna head there, grab some breakfast, and then continue on as fast as we can. We identified a problem. Burger King is still closed, so we gotta get over to McDonald's for breakfast because they are already open, but we can't charge there. So yeah, that's that. But we want food and not only the juice, so let's get the food, which is our primary goal. There's also KFC and Pizza Hut and everything, but yeah, we gotta go over there. Can we get into there? I think we can. There's a EQE charging at EVE Go. Interesting, but yeah, let's not do that because they are kind of expensive, so we're just gonna pull in here, not bump on the sign, and get some food and stop the preconditioning. Alright, here we are with our healthy breakfast. Let's jump back into the car and head on towards Limburg. We're swapping drivers because otherwise I can't eat. And also, of course, Mike wants to drive, so let's let him drive. I did like about 100 kilometers now, I think. Maybe not that much. Let's see. Can we just take a quick look at our trip stats up there? What our consumption was until now. Let's see, trips. Hilden trip, 105 kilometers, 23.8 for 180 kilometers per hour driving. Some of the trip. And can you use your own profile and not change mine? That would be awesome. Yeah, 25 kilowatt hours used. It's a big heavy car and it's accelerating fast, so that's why that's not too bad, I would say. to exit towards Limburg, which you can see over there. You can see the nice L'Osteria sign over there and the McDonald's and the KFC. We're gonna be arriving at 17%. Fun fact, we're faster in acceleration and top speed than that Lamborghini over there, with our nice family sedan. So yeah, that's about that. So let's get out of there towards the supercharger and plug in at now 18% state of charge and see if we can get max speed. Hopefully we should, and then we can continue on. We told us before that we would be arriving at 10:30 in Hilden, I think. I'm not sure if that was before or after the McDonald's stop. I think we need to go straight ahead. So yeah, it was in there already. Alright, we just arrived. Mike is about to plug us in, so let's see what speeds we can get. V3 supercharger, so all the car can take. And contactors are going and we are ramping. That's over there. I gotta change my mind in there. 150 just out of the bat. 200, 230, speeds my car could never even achieve.
Na, guck mal, wo 248 geht.
248, 249,
Ach,
250. Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Nice.
Perfect speed. So I think a 10-minute stop or so, 8 minutes until we can continue trip.
Sehr nice.
That's pretty good. So let's wait for those 8 minutes and then rip on towards the seat and greet. Our current consumption on this trip was 28.8 on 100 kilometers, so we used a bit more juice. Mike was a bit faster than I was, but there also was way more derestricted zone than I had, and there was less construction sites and everything. So our trip consumption went up to 26.2. Now Vanessa, you can film your clip. Feel free. What I actually forgot to mention, I told you it's a Model S Plaid. I've told you that. But what I didn't tell you, this is a Model S Plaid with track package, as you can see there, with the big ass ceramic brakes, technical term. But sadly, we do have winter tires on here. So we're allowed to go 270 kilometers per hour max by speed rating of the tire. So that's kind of sad. We can't even go as fast as we could go with the standard car, but at least we do have actually good brakes and they work pretty well. You just have to push hard on them, but then they really get you to a full stop if you need them to. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, there we got the Plaid badge that Eckhart, my Twizy, has as well, because it's a Twizy Plaid. And damn, those rims are pretty messed up. Good stuff. We're charged up to be arriving at the seat and greet with 16% at 10:32. So let's unplug and get there at 10:20. Still on 109 kilowatts, but that's not that much. So let's get us unplugged here and fix that cable in here, because that was an energy loop over there or something. Alright, 17% on arrival, looking good. Let's buckle up so it auto shifts out of park. Looking good. We're gonna go straight ahead, and I gotta switch profiles because that's not my profile. That's better, yeah. Alright, let's get out of here and back onto the Autobahn to push it towards Hilden. And that's gonna be too close. That car is just too big for German streets. It really is. And let's not curb our wheels there. Yeah, that's good. All right, off to. About to exit the Autobahn to get over there to the seat and greet. We gotta drive around that yeah, I don't know, that Autobahn overlap thing stuff here. So we gotta switch to the other Autobahn and then exit the Autobahns. Kinda weird, but that's how it works. Yeah, looking good. We're gonna be arriving with 21%. I just couldn't shave off anymore because there was too much traffic and stupid idiots driving slower than 150 kilometers all the time. I almost couldn't push it. The times that I could go faster, I think you saw almost all of them in the small little clips. Other than that, I had to brake pretty quickly again and go slower because all those people just don't want to go fast. I don't know. But yeah, maybe we're in more luck later today on our way back. Let's see about that. But now we're gonna be arriving at the seat and greet in just a minute or two, and yeah, meet up with all the people, have a look at the Model 3 performance, and see what else is gonna happen there today. Alright, we arrived with 21% in the battery, and we got a total consumption of 21.8, and we used 90 kilowatt hours, so we might have made it with a full battery if we fully charged at my house and then drove here all the way, but yeah, we didn't. So let's jump out and plug in. Grab that nice E3 handle over here and wrap it around and plug it in. And communicating. And we're charging. Nice. Looking good. We are ramping up and we can't see anything at all. Come on. Open up. Thank you. 180, 200, still ramping, 230, 240, 250, 252, 254, 255. All right. But I think we're getting the same kilometers per hour charged, so it's probably battery heating.
It's more.
It's more? Was it 1400 kilometers an hour before?
1250.
Ah, alright.
Stellt nicht scharf bei mir.
So,
Oh no,
yeah.
sorry. It was less.
Yeah, it was 1450 before and now it's 1412. So it's all battery heating because we didn't precondition here. So now we're getting a little bit lower speeds into the battery and most of it probably going to heating and stuff. While the Tesla stand here is flying away, we got our first look at the Model 3 performance, and I gotta say that looks so freaking good. That's so pretty with that adapted arrow down there and all the new stuff. That's looking so good. Can't wait to drive it. Such a nice car here. So we are already at 68% and still getting about 100 kilowatts. I think we're gonna ramp down pretty much now, but we're just gonna let them charge. 7 more minutes until it's at 80%. Should be enough. Maybe we can top up later before we want to go, but as soon as we click off, we're gonna unplug to not block the stall here. Alright, after having been at Hilden the whole day, driving the Model 3 performance and everything, we just charged up the Model S Plaid to 99% state of charge. We're only getting 18 kilowatts, so let's unplug. We want to head out towards Trier, where we want to have dinner. It's not exactly on our way, even though we thought it would be, but well, it is what it is. Let's see, 188 kilometers to the last supercharger before Trier, where we want to stop real quick just to make sure we don't park there empty and then have to charge before we want to leave again, because we have more time before we go eating than we have after, because we want to get home. Also, we need to disable drag strip mode because we don't need it. We want to drive relaxed and chill and not puke out of the window because of all the acceleration and braking that the car can do. So yeah, let's take on the 188 kilometers towards Trier, or towards the supercharger, and then after that it's like, I don't know, I think 40-ish kilometers or so to the restaurant, so that's all fine. And yeah, let's see what consumption we can get. Currently we are at, after driving around here a bit, 29.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers on the trip. Bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's see if we can take it down. The last 45 kilometers were 45.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. My car can't even do that because my car is just more efficient.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can turn it off like that.
Wow.
What did you want to do?
Can I turn it back on?
Yeah, it is on.
Fancy. No, I just wanted to see it.
Alright. Yeah, that's all fine. Mirrors are fine. Seat all the way down, looking good. Let's put this in auto.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will, because... Or do you only want it up
Yes.
there? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have my cool seat on, that's alright. Let's start. Regen braking reduced because of the full battery. That's normal. Also, have a look at that beautiful Ioniq 5N over there.
And look at me, I'm even more beautiful.
Nice.
Und ich will nochmal den Mann da fragen, wie... War das nicht der?
Yeah, let's just take a quick stop here. And then we have... arrived at the supercharger, and we would be arriving with 23% at the restaurant, but I actually got like 12 minutes more buffer out of that leg, and this is a V2, so we're not gonna get that much juice, but anyway, let's plug in. Looking good. I pulled into 5B, which is the highest number, because we are in the middle of nowhere. We are down from another parking lot from a hotel that's up there. That's a really weird location. And we had to pull all the way down here. And this all looks kinda sketchy. So I'm kind of expecting the first ones to be the oldest ones, and then they got expanded to here. I'm not sure about that. This is just a guess from me. So to be sure that we get the maximum power, we go to the newest stall, which also is connected to the newest cabinet, which then will deliver us the most power, which the navigation system tells us, which is 150 kilowatts, as you can see here, and we're getting 140. So yeah, I don't know. Let's have a quick look at our consumption trips. Current trip 172 kilometers, so it didn't reset when I went into park and back into drive, so that's interesting. Maybe because I didn't unbuckle, that might be. Yeah, 33.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers average consumption, which is not too bad, but we used 57 kilowatt hours on those 172 kilometers, so we used more than my whole Model 3 standard range battery for that distance. But we also should see the time, 172 kilometers in 1 hour and 39 minutes. That would be an average consumption of... We had an average speed of 103 kilometers per hour towards here. So yeah, that's that. We're charging at 141 kilowatts. That's all this supercharger can give us, so it's not 150 but 140 kilowatts, because there's no one else here, and there can't be any site level limitations, except for if the grid itself can't deliver more, if the hotel up there uses more energy. I don't know. But yeah, let's maybe see if we can. When are we gonna be arriving? Let's charge for maybe, I don't know, so that we arrive with 50% or so. Then we would need to charge to 62%. We're at 42 right now. That should be no problem at all. I don't know how fast that will go, but maybe if we're gonna make it in 7 minutes, that would be perfect. Then we would have 45 minutes to explore Trier before we go get our food. That might be a good idea. Let's see. I just was called, and now we're up to 70% state of charge. We're gonna be arriving with about 60% at 7:05. We were at 50% on arrival at 7 p.m. just as I expected, but then I got a call and had to answer. So let's jump out and unplug and get that one back in here. Swap drivers. Looking good. And my camera movements from back here are great. All right, looking good. Let's head out. 36 kilometers to go, and yeah, 33 minutes. Pretty perfect. Nice. Let's go get out of this weird parking lot situation here. We're going from one parking lot to another. Over there is a Ubitricity light post where a plug-in hybrid is charging, and right next to it is is it an EV box or a Delta charger? Let's see. We're gonna drive along there anyway, so let's see if we can see that. Yeah, interesting. All right, nice. Off to Trier. Near the restaurant with 58% state of charge in the battery. That's pretty nice. Mike, you can have your phone. There you go. It's now 7:09 p.m. so we got about 35 minutes until we have to be at the restaurant. So we might walk through the city and have a look at that. And after that, we're gonna go and probably get the full 1,000 kilometers today on the Plaid. Mike, can you just go to the trips menu so we can see our consumption here real quick? Current consumption 28.5, which is okay for the driving, and all in all 304 or 30.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers on 620 kilometers. So Vanessa, you need to do like 380 kilometers. Maybe we're gonna get that. I'm not sure how far it is to home. I don't know. Let's see later. Let's get some food first. We are done eating and we're all so stuffed, I would say. It was really tasty, but it was yeah, so much and so much energy to take in. I don't know. It's I'm all of my blood is in my stomach trying to trying to digest all of the food. Now my brain doesn't work, so if I'm talking trash, don't quote me, because yeah, that it is how it is. Now we are on our way to head back home, and normally I would go into charging time and plan that right now, but we can only use superchargers anyway, because this is a Tesla press car, so we need the superchargers anyway, because then we don't need to pay for anything, but Tesla does. So let us route towards Karlsruhe, I would say, and then we will probably get the supercharger in Zweibrücken, where we need to charge, because that's pretty much halfway there, and we should make it there easily with 50-ish%. So Vanessa is just typing it in, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna swap cameras. All right, so we aren't taking Zweibrücken, but Kaiserslautern apparently, and then we'll take the longer route over Mannheim probably after that. It's, I think, by time a bit of a faster route, but by driving distance it's a bit longer. So yeah, let's see. We're gonna arrive at the supercharger with about 13%. Let's see how exact that will be, because we're probably driving a bit slower right now to not put all of our food somewhere here in the car, which wouldn't be too good, because then Tesla would be mad, and also we wouldn't like that to happen. So yeah, let's get that done a bit more relaxed and see when we can get there. It currently says 11:37 at the supercharger. Damn, that would be late. Let's see if we can get that a bit faster. So after the car trying to navigate us to Kaiserslautern, which we just showed you, we manually replanned the trip to the supercharger in Zweibrücken, because Kaiserslautern is a V2 and 150 kilowatts, possibly even less, is too slow for this car and that big battery. So we're now manually going to Zweibrücken, which is pretty much the same time to get there and the same estimated state of charge on arrival, even a bit more, I think. So it should be all good. You can also see the nice adaptive high beams that the Model S also has here. And I'm actually not sure which high beam LEDs they use here, but it kind of seems to me like it's more similar to the old Model 3 with the 102 pixel Samsung Pixel headlights, and less like the Highland 12 pixel, I don't know what manufacturer those are, headlights. So that's pretty nice, looking good. Also makes this a nice bright road. Yeah, so we're gonna be arriving at the Zweibrücken supercharger at 11:44, 11:43. We might be able to shave off some time there, because it's nighttime and the streets are pretty much empty, hopefully. And also we're in the part of Germany where not that many people are on the road, so that's quite nice. Yeah, let's hope we can get there in good time, shave some time off even maybe, and get good speeds at the supercharger, because Vanessa then also needs to go home, and Mike and I need to go home as well. So yeah, let's hope that's going quickly and well as we're planning. About to leave the Autobahn for the supercharger, where we will arrive in 8 minutes. So we're gonna take a little drive next to the highway, I think. Why do we do that? I'm not sure. Why don't we just go straight on the Autobahn? The car pretty much, I don't know what I want to say. I'm sure the car knows what it wants us to drive, and where it wants us to drive to get the fastest route to the supercharger. Maybe there's a construction site or anything that blocks the exit up ahead. I think I made that mistake once already, and so we're now following the navigation just as it says, because it knows best. and it's a weird street layout here, but looking good. 8 minutes to go, and then we will be arriving with 17% at the supercharger, and Mike almost shaved off 15 minutes of our estimated arrival time, which is awesome. We should have arrived at, I think, 11:45, and now we should be arriving at 11:31, and I'm sure he can get it down to 11:30 if there is some more faster road and not only city streets, because of course that would be dangerous and we don't want that. Yeah, he would be the exit that we would have taken if we wouldn't have listened to the car, which we wouldn't have taken as well because it's closed. So we did everything right by following the navigation. Just 1 more minute to the supercharger, and now we're down to 11:30, so that's perfect. Gotta go somewhere into that parking lot over there. We can already also see the nice green lights from the Alpitronic units from Pfalzwerke, which are there as well. There's also a charge guide about them. Right here, I think, or not? Maybe not? Oops, sorry. Yeah, then just the Pfalzwerke chargers are up there, and the superchargers are probably at the other end. Yeah, that's looking good. There's also a Five Guys over here, and like a big fashion outlet thing. So that's a pretty good location for a supercharger, I would say. So yeah, we are down to, can we see that from here? 17% state of charge. Ooh, nice! V4 stalls, probably
No.
with V3 cabinets, because there is no V4 cabinet. Pretty cool. Let's see if the buttons work, because we all know that the buttons aren't that well working all the time.
Can you open the door?
Yeah, you can go a bit farther back. That's alright. There's enough room there. Yeah, that's good. That's far enough. Alright, let's have a quick look at the consumption while Mike is plugging in. Vanessa, can you open it up? The trip stat thing. Let's see, current drive 29.1, 1 hour and 11 minutes, and it closed again.
The button was working.
Awesome, nice. And it just skips back to charging. So here we go, 30.2 for our whole trip, 739 kilometers already. So yeah, let's see that we can put in all of our relevant cities so the car can plan ahead, and we know how much we need to charge now. So we were ramping up pretty well. We're still getting, can we see that from here? Kind of 203 kilowatts, 202, and we need to charge, I don't know what address the first one is. That's not a leaked address, just so you know. That's just some random address in the correct village, but I don't know. The car did weird things here. But yeah, we need to charge enough so Vanessa can get home with maybe some buffer to not arrive dead at home.
Totally.
So maybe so you can arrive with 25-ish% or so.
Yeah.
Maybe more, but I don't think it makes sense to charge for that long here.
Yeah, maybe another time. Next stop maybe. But I don't want to charge too much tomorrow because I have to leave by 7 in the morning and do another trip, so...
Yeah, so we'll see about that, but... yeah, let's just continue charging here as long as we can take some good speeds. We're still at 180 kilowatts and we're up to 41% state of charge. So we need at least 70-ish% here, and then see if we do another stop maybe in Karlsruhe or so, which would probably be the more efficient way because we can get higher speeds. So I would say let's charge enough so we hit Durmersheim with like 10% or so. So 10 more percent now.
Yes.
To about 55 maybe. We're at 43 right now. And then we're gonna hit Karlsruhe, get good speeds there, and then you can get home with enough buffer and with the most efficient route planning. I think that's the way to go. So let's do that. All right, we are unplugging. We are at 55% state of charge, so that's looking good. That stupid holster is stupid. I'm still not sure about the V4 dispenser design. Still weird. We can add in the Karlsruhe supercharger so the car knows that we want to go there and can precondition. Maybe let's do that before leaving. You can go left. Yeah, it's looking good. There you are. Add that in and put it on the right spot because it's now as first destination. Nope. Gotta go edit route and then. Yes, looking good. Right. Then let's rip towards Karlsruhe and find out here. And I love that inverter sound the Model S makes here. Sounds so good. Yeah, that's correct. Gotta go left here. And then right, and then head on. Alright, on to home and So after seeing our route, we just changed plans and we added the supercharger in as our next stop because we're driving literally by the supercharger. So we're hitting that, then we're gonna go to Mike's house, then we're gonna go to my house, and then Vanessa can go home. And that's our plan, and that should be fine. We're gonna hit the supercharger with 32% state of charge. We just arrived at the supercharger in Karlsruhe with 32%, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, 32%. So let's jump out and plug in to get enough juice. I think we're already almost good, but we want some buffer for Vanessa for tomorrow. So we're just taking the time to pack all of our stuff that we got in here, that we can just jump out and let her get home. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're hopefully already at 50% already when we want to leave again. We are getting 252 kilowatts, so that's pretty nice. Let's see how long we can keep that up, because we're already at 34%, and I think we should fall on our face at, yeah, maybe 2, 3, 4% in. But yeah, all good. Let's just keep that speeds up and pack our stuff. We are charged up to 74%. We're gonna be arriving in at Vanessa's home at about 40% state of charge, so that should be enough. Let's unplug here. Looking quite good. Alright, now also the supercharger is pretty much empty. Just 2 minutes ago it was almost as full as during daytime, so that's wild. 1 a.m. at night, and Karlsruhe supercharger is packed, but not anymore. everyone's going towards their beds now. So we are doing that as well. So let's go and yeah, get everyone home into their bed and let's do this. Alrighty, we are about to be arriving back at my house. Let's turn off the indicator and then we can talk about the trip stats. We dropped Mike off at his house. I just didn't film there because we kind of wanted just to finish up the trip. Yeah, how does it look? 887 kilometers since we started this morning at my house, which is just around the corner here, and we consumed 255 kilowatt hours until now, which is, yeah, quite a lot. And of course we had an average consumption of 28.7, which is pretty high. But if you look at our average speeds that we got all the time, which we can't see now because that trip meter doesn't lock the time as well, so we can't tell exactly. But I would say we had an average speed of probably around 100 kilometers an hour, I guess. So yeah, all in all, this car is so nice. It's such a good road tripper. You can like go forever in this car. It's driving at 200 kph and it feels like 120, 130. It's just a cruiser. It's perfect. It's not the best car if you want to go like mountain roads and tight corners and inner city driving. Just not the best at that because it's a huge car for our market. The Model 3 is the way better car for that application. But if you just want to do long trips, kilometers on end, then this is pretty much a perfect car. And of course, it's over 100,000 euros. So we're very lucky that we can get this car, or that you can get this car from Tesla, I should say. And I'm very lucky that I'm allowed to drive this car when you have it. So that's so awesome.
You're welcome.
That's really cool to experience all of that. But yeah, I think that's been it for this video. Vanessa wants to go home. I want to go to bed. So thank you very much for watching and see you guys in the next one.